Hey guys, it's back to the new schedule. It's Monday Fun Day, so I just wanted to talk to you about a couple of things really fast, and then we'll get to some, I don't know, articles, and I don't know, we'll find something cool to talk about. Don't worry, I got you back. So I started and ended a new contract today, all in about 3 hours. I basically started, went down to the new office, got everything set up. I bought a $1,000 laptop over the weekend, 23-inch monitor. I got some different accessories for things that I would be needing to do my job. I got to the office. I was introduced to the development director. Hold on, I'm getting an email. And instead of basically letting me do my job the way it's supposed to be done, I was asked to work on a program called Wix. I've never heard of this program before until today. And basically, it's an online application that will build a templated website. Now it seems pretty good for somebody who is not really familiar with web development. My cat's making noise. So many distractions today! And if you don't know anything about web development, let me go ahead and lay it out for you. Basically, about 6 years ago, the standard resolution for a website was 800 by 600. I think it was 6 to 8 years ago. Because the monitors weren't built very large. They were 15-inch monitors. If you had an LCD, then you were a top dog, right? So now we have up to 32-inch. You can have a 60-inch LCD TV hooked up to your computer. So the resolutions have to be higher. So the standard resolution is 1024 by, I want to say 800. Normally it's 1024 by 768. Normally it's bigger now because monitors are pretty standard. I just bought a 23-inch monitor for 180 bucks at Fry's. It was super cheap, so people are going to get bigger. My resolution is like 1920 by like 1260 or something like that, so resolution's high. Anyway, this program basically builds and programs a website in 800 by 600. The client wanted to basically have a similar design to his competitor, which the page scrolled. It scrolled like, 2200 pixels long, and there was no way it could do that. Basically, it builds it with a flat image, and it scrolls text through. And if this is what I need to use for my job, I'll go ahead and learn the program. I let my direct supervisor know this is going to take me a little bit longer because there's a learning curve on the new application, but I have no problem using this. And he then proceeded to slam 10 manila folders on my desk, 10 different websites. This has to be done today, all 10. Which, if you are in the development industry, you know that's almost impossible to design and develop 10 full websites in one day. You would have to be super developer and super designer. I tried to explain, look, it would be faster if you just let me design in Photoshop and program it in Dreamweaver, and we'll just call it a day. We'll just get this, we'll get one done. We'll get the one that's top priority finished. No, it couldn't have been done that way. It has to be done in Wix. So I decided to just let the supervisor know, I'm not the guy for you. I am not the guy that's going to do 10 websites in one day. It's not going to happen. You're not going to find someone that's going to do it that way. So you can either let me do, my job. I've been doing this. I specialize in this. I've been doing this a very long time. I know the processes that make things faster. Let me do it my way. We'll get this done as fast as possible, or you're going to have to find somebody else. And they decided to go with somebody else. I cannot believe that we still have people that consider themselves to own an advertising agency that literally know nothing about web development. And I'm not just trying to be kind of bitching about somebody who wants me to use a different program. I'm not QQing over some guy who wants me to kind of learn something different. I'm all about learning the new technology. But when he doesn't know what a damn JPEG is, and he doesn't know what a PSD looks like, and he's never opened Photoshop or seen any of the Adobe programs that are basically the standard to build websites. I mean, you can use other programs, that's not a big deal, but the standard is Photoshop, Illustrator, InDesign. Some people still use Quark, Dreamweaver. There's other programming applications that people use that they don't really like the WYSIWYG. They can use that instead. That's just code. When those are the standards and you have never even seen those programs, I don't understand how you can consider yourself an advertising agency. I just don't. It makes no sense to me at all. Okay, so here's the moral of the story. When you're looking for a new job, you have to basically interview the person that's interviewing you. I thought that I had the gist of the standard practices and policies of the company, but I was absolutely wrong. So, if you are new to the design world, or even if you are seasoned, and you are going to look for another contract, if you're going to try to find a good job, when you go to interview, there are some key questions that you need to ask, and here's what they are. This is absolutely a great question. The reason you need to know how long the company's been in business is because if they are a startup company, then number one, they might not be paying as high. Number two, you don't know how long these advertising agencies are going to be in business. This type of industry is very turnkey. There's a lot of companies that come in and out, and very few that really stick and grow to be the expanding giants that other competitors are. You definitely need to know the programs you're going to be using to do your job. If you're used to using Photoshop or Illustrator and you're required to use a different program, there's going to be a learning curve to kind of getting the program and the application familiar with how your process is. So if they do require you to use a different program, you will need to let them know that it's going to take you a little bit of time to learn the new steps, the new shortcuts, or if you can probably request to use your old programs and then suggest that it will be a little bit faster if you're able to use the familiar software than to learn something new. This is absolutely key. If there is no organization within a company, you're going to find yourself stumbling over your work. And what I mean by that is if you don't have a set structure on the tasks that are going to be assigned to you, the things that you need to be working on, and also a good filing system so that you can actually upload your comps, your files, your PSDs, your Illustrator files, your Dreamweaver files. It's going to be chaos. You're basically going to have to backtrack most of your projects and try to find, what did I miss? Do I have to go through my email to find, the certain descriptions and details of the project? It's just, disorganization is not going to work for a company. That actually wasn't supposed to be in there. That's sort of my grocery list. Perfect question. This definitely needs to be asked because if you're required to bring your own equipment, you can't show up on the first day without a system. I was required to bring my own equipment. I went and purchased a $1,000 laptop. I went and bought a monitor. I got a new keyboard. I got the things I needed for my system, even though I sort of don't need them now. But if you're required to bring your own stuff, you need to have a good machine that you can work on that will support all the software that you need for your job. Okay guys, hopefully I'll take my own advice next time when I'm trying to find a new contract. Pretty much that's it for today's video. If you guys have your own questions about interviewing the business that you want to work for, or if you have suggestions that you can maybe give me since I don't run into this problem again, or if you have any questions about tutorials that are coming up, just go ahead and put them in the comments below and I will get to them as soon as I can. Thanks guys, see you tomorrow.